Cutting waters, drowning. Every day, every day.
Let's do some mini twists from QVR hair, Afro Kinky Bulk 100% human hair. This is going to be in the color 4/30, and I'm so excited. These are going to be 20 inches, and let's get into everything we're going to need. So our three-way mirror is very important. For this style, we are going to be using some gel, shine and jam, the red gel, and of course a red tail comb. So let me try to explain how I use my three-way mirror to see the back of my head. I'm basically using the left side of the mirror to look through the right side to see the back of my head. I'll show you a better angle in just a second. This is the hair we're going to be using. I love the color and I'm so excited to get started. This is how the bulk hair comes, and this is how you want to separate it when you try to get a piece to start on your mini twist. Make sure that you're holding the bulk hair with your left hand fairly tightly to separate the small piece that you need with your right hand. Now, back to the three-way mirror. Okay, back to the mirror, and let's talk a little bit about parting. So I'm parting my hair for the second row. My first row was always hard to do, so I always do that off camera just so I can get the flow of things. But let's get into it. So I'm using my three-way mirror to see the back of my head. See how there's a left side and a right side in the middle? I'm using the left side that is pointing towards the right side so I can see the back of my head. Ultimately, I'm just looking through one mirror to see in another mirror. Okay, let's talk about some braiding. So right here, I'm doing one piece. And make sure to like this video, y'all. I know you guys watch these videos and forget to like. It'll just help other people find these videos. So I separate my section into three pieces, just like I would a regular braid. Then I go ahead and start adding the pieces in by like the first like stroke that I did. And I just added in between my pointer finger and my thumb, basically to the piece that is on top and the piece that's in the middle. So I'm placing it on my pointer finger so it can be with the piece that's on a right side and the piece that's in the middle. That's all I'm doing. Now there is an easier method for this, but you guys will have to watch the rest of the video to see that other method. It's going to be in the middle of the video, so make sure that you watch the whole thing. After I feel like I've gotten it into a good enough spot, I just place the three pieces into two. So basically just putting two sides together and then just one side is available to make it into two so that I can start twisting. I used about 3 to 4 pieces for each braid, and this is how I basically add in those pieces when I get down like past my hair. So I need a little bit more density because my hair is a little bit shorter. So once I finish almost braiding my hair into the twist, I have to add some extra hair so that the density gives like a nice flow. I don't want it to go from like really thick to starting to be really skinny. I want to keep the density going just because my hair is only a few inches long. So when you're parting for your mini twist, you don't ever want to put a braid on top of a braid. See how like down below this section that I'm making, this braid I have in my right hand is now going to flow in between the two braids below it, like in the row below it. You don't want to put a braid on top of a braid. I don't want this row that I'm making right here with this section to like be a line going straight up my head. I need to make it so that it's kind of like a ladder. Now let's work on this middle part. So the middle part, it took me some time, but that's how it's going to be with your middle part. You're going to have to go back and forth just to see like where the middle actually is. So I like to use gel so that I can divide my part so that I can start pushing my hair from side to side to side to side to really see if it's in the middle. Look at your nose, look at the top of your forehead, and look at the line that's going all the way straight to the back. I know sometimes when you're doing your hair, you go back and kind of mess with your middle part in between, doing your hair. But I like to be one and done, so it takes me a little while to get my middle part exactly how I like it to be. But now that I'm done with the back, I have to see how many rows I have because I know you guys are gonna ask. So I want to say here above my ear, I have 6 rows, not about. I have 6 rows above my ear, and below my ear I have 4 rows. So from the top of my head down to the bottom, I have 10 rows, y'all. 10 rows. Now, like I said, I used about 3 to 4 pieces on each braid. It just depends. You're not going to have exactly 4 pieces that you're going to need every single time because your hair density is different in different sections of your hair. So right here is the same method I was using before. I'm just basically doing like 2 strokes on my hair and then inserting some hair. Now I had to do, sometimes you have to do it over just because you don't want to have the braid feel too loose. So I just start over if I need to. All you have to do to make sure that it's tight is to get your hands as close to your scalp as possible and do not let your hands slide down. Keep a close grip on your scalp. That is going to make the braid very tight, and make sure that you pull each piece to make sure that it is tight and secure. You don't want your hands to start slipping downwards because that's going to make the braid loose. Let's talk about a little bit of parting in the front. So as you can see, we're trying to get the lines to meet the parts that are in the back. So that's all you have to do to make sure that the front is looking good. And this just makes it easier when you separate the front from the back, because trying to get the front to go all the way around to the back, a perfect part, is sometimes a lot of work. So this is just super easy. Trust me. This is a great method to parting. And if you don't really know how to part that well, do it in sections. I recommend that 1000%.
They can't show me. I got the price on my head. I'm out on the floor, seats. Don't tell me what they say about me. Don't tell me what they say about me. If I could put my feelings on.
So here's another view of me adding in that extension right before I finished twisting up my natural hair into the twist. I want to add some twists before I get down to the end of my hair so that the density stays consistent and looks like I gradually went into it. See how the consistency is really nice and seamless? That is what I wanted to happen. So it looks perfect and I love it. I love this color. Another tip when you're parting that you may not even notice some people do is you need to pull your hair downwards to see where the part is. So see right here, I'm gripping my hair and I'm trying to see if the part matches by pulling the part down. Some people just look at it without gripping it, but my left hand has a really good grip. How I'm twisting it up and pulling it down, that is how I'm able to see if the part is going to look nice and secure once I get finished with my twist. Now, once I started twisting, I realized I wanted the ends to be really curly. So I just left the ends out. So after, you guys can see how I made the ends curly and super cute by leaving them out and adding all the products that I needed to seal the deal. But here again, I'm doing a part. You might think this line is straight, but the front is not matching the back. The back is thick and the front is looking like it's going into like a triangle. That's not a clean part. So we're gonna clean this part up so that this section is matching the back. We're just gonna go straight to the back. I know sometimes parting can be hard because obviously people's heads are round, but if you do this method, I promise you'll look at parts way differently. Okay, so here comes the bonus method. This is going to be another method you can do. You're basically just starting off your hair as a knotless braid or a plait, and then you start to add the hair in as you start to braid down. You don't add it in as soon as you get started, like the beginning of the video and the method I showed. You're just starting to add the hair in as you braid your natural hair and just continue on from there.
I crack the code. I'm in the mode. When the brakes send them off the sea south side, maybe then they'll understand me sometimes.
Okay, y'all, we're almost done. So let's do the ends and make them nice and curly. So I added some water. There's nothing in the spray bottle but water, no leave-in conditioner or anything like that. Just water, and I'm gonna add two more products just so I can make my hair look very curly at the ends. I'm gonna add some mousse, and then afterwards I'm gonna add some gel for a light hold. The mousse is gonna really just get into the curls and bring back that wave, and then the gel is gonna give it like a nice hold. I end up using the Eco Styling Gel. I think it's in the Rosemary Mint, and you really don't need a lot of it. You just need to make sure that you saturate it on each of the curls, and it'll really get that defined look that you're looking for with your twist.
I show my feelings so they feel me, they ain't feeling yours. Lord, and I'm sure that hurts.
Now, I didn't end up using or leaving out too many, edges, just a little something. And I ended up using what I normally use, which is the Got to Be gel in the black little bottle. Afterwards, I started to mess with my hair and was like, you know what? You could do so many hairstyles with this. You could put this up, half down. You could do a bun. You could do a ponytail. Leave it out straight. Do a side part. Like, it's so much you could do. And then the color is just so pretty on my skin. I love it. Let me know if you guys are interested in this mini twist hairstyle. Would you try this? I'm going to leave the links all down below for you so that you guys can purchase your hair, because the curls on this is cute, the twist on this is cute, and I love a protective style where I ain't got to do too much. But I'll see y'all in my next video. I love you guys. Bye.